Hello everyone, hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. Good morning, Jivayan. And if I'm audible and visible, you can write it in the comment section. We'll start the Hindu analysis of what? 9th September 2025. So yes, if you can hear me, if you can see me, feel free to write it in the comment section. If the voice is okay, just give me a second. Hindu analysis of what? 9th September. My name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. And yesterday I gave you two questions. This was the first question, like this is MCQ 11, or this was MCQ 11 of yesterday, related to Arunachal Pradesh. UPSC has already asked questions on easternmost and westernmost borders. Good morning, Gajanan. So yes, sir. Consider the following statement regarding Arunachal Pradesh. It is the easternmost state of India. It shares a border with Myanmar and Tibet. Dong village in Arunachal, we have talked about. Sunrise festival yesterday. What is the significance of it, when it will be celebrated, all these things we have discussed yesterday. So what is the answer of MCQ 11? Any idea? Easternmost state of India. See, and again, solve that UPSC PYQ in Arunachal Pradesh, where they have talked about which two states are the easternmost and westernmost states of India, respectively. That is the PYQ. So easternmost states, Arunachal. Can you people tell in the comment section which is the westernmost state? If you know it, post it in the comment section. UPSC has asked PYQ on that. Cool. So first statement is correct. If first is correct, all options have first. It shares a border with Myanmar and Tibet. Yes, it does. So second is also correct. Have a look at the map of Arunachal. Yesterday we have talked about it. Good morning, Rajneesh. Good morning, Shipurna. So yesterday we have talked about what we have talked about. Arunachal is the largest northeastern state, not Assam. Population-wise, Assam means territorial. When you're talking about territorial extent, Arunachal. So second is also correct. So now you're left with B and D option. Dong village, yes, it receives first rays of sun, and that's why sunrise festival will happen there. Very good, Shiparna. D is the answer. Shiparna has given the answer for westernmost state, that is Gujarat. Very good. Now let's move on to the MCQ 12 of yesterday. This was the first editorial which we have talked about, the first article which we have talked about, where we have talked about outward FDI, gross FDI, net FDI, all these stuff we have discussed. So what is the basic meaning of the term outward FDI? What do you understand by this particular term? We have talked about, like yesterday, if you can watch that particular Hindu analysis, we have talked about two issues. One is outward FDI, second is net FDI. Our net FDI is decreasing, our outward FDI is increasing, and both these things are things to worry about. So outward FDI, investment made by Indian firms and assets and businesses abroad. So the answer is B. MCQ 12, the answer is B. So again, revise yesterday's Hindu analysis if you haven't. MCQ 11D, MCQ 12B. Now let's move on to today's agenda and first article of the day. Page 6 editorial, Iran and India, Ancient Civilization and New Horizons. So Iraj Elahi sir, who is the ambassador of Islamic Republic of Iran, he has written this particular article. Very good, Gajanan. So he has written this article. Here he will talk about so many important keywords which we have to understand. So we have heard about Iranian Revolution, why that thing happened. Then there will be term like nationalization of oil. What is the basic meaning of the term nationalization of oil? That we have to understand. Then we have to talk about INSTC, International North-South Transport Corridor. So there are multiple keywords which are involved in this article, and that's why this article is important. So let's have a look at this article. What are the synergies? What are the commonalities between Iran and India? So according to Iranian ambassador, he's saying that the Western-led global system dominated by US is weakening, because nobody is listening to US. Even Russia is not listening to US. We have talked about Alaska summit earlier. So financial system, technological monopoly, all these things are losing effectiveness. And there is a crisis which is going on. In this scenario, global South will play a crucial role. We have talked about global South multiple number of times earlier. Like which countries are part of global South? What is the basic meaning of good means global South? Good morning, Mamta. So global South are countries of Asia, Africa, South America, which are generally poor countries, not Europe. Right. So let's say they give you one particular question: which of the following countries are part of global South? So then you have to eliminate North, like the countries of Europe, let's say Germany, they're part of global north. They are the so-called prosperous countries. Global south is also sometimes used in a derogatory manner, that these are so-called underdeveloped countries or developing countries. So again, they are talking about we have to assert independence, blah blah blah. Have a look at this. So Iran and India, they have a unique role, and here the Iranian ambassador in this editorial is talking about how we have never attacked other countries. We are all about, India and Iran is all about self-defense. Even if, let's say, other people have attacked us, let's say Alexander attacked Iran, Alexander made Iran a part of India, or even some other people came from outside, Shakas, Kushanas, they came and, you know, uh, means captured portion of India. Even then, they imbibed our culture. Such was our culture. So this will give you historical perspective. Please understand, India-Iran relationship very important from GS2 international relation perspective. So, and we keep on talking about different dimensions, pestle analysis. So here we are talking about the historical dimensions. How India and Iran, they are always about, they have never attacked anyone. And that's what the Iranian ambassador is talking about in this editorial. So both civilization valued peace, fought only in self-defense. Even when defeated militarily, let's say Alexander, etc., Shakas, Kushanas, our culture, their culture shaped the conquerors. We are talking about our culture, how it shaped these people, Alexander and the Ecumenian art or the Greek art, when you will see from historical perspective. Good morning, Anandu. You will realize that yes, even the conquerors, they adopted our culture. So we have always respected diversity. We have always respected peace when it comes to India and Iran. Pay attention to the keywords, there will be keywords. So again, anti-colonial struggle, you can see now the keywords are there. Iran, you may have heard about these words a lot. uh, Nationalization of oil, Islamic revolution, we have to understand these terms. They're very important terms. So what is this nationalization of oil concept? In early 1950s, around 1951, before 1951, the oil in Iran, it was, the major company was Britain, a British company, which was calling the shot. And Iran was having a very less profit, or they were acquiring a very less profit from British company, although oil was there. So they nationalized oil. And when they nationalized oil, that led to so much, resistance in the West. MI6 of Britain, and then West in US also, they got involved and they did the regime change in Iran when this nationalization happened. So that regime change happened, and a new ruler came in Iran who was pro-West. So in 1979, around 1979, this pro-West ruler was overthrown because nobody was liking this so-called Western dominance of Iran. So this pro-West ruler, he was overthrown by the Islamic Revolution, but that came with its own sets of consequences. What was the consequences? That Shia orthodoxy and all those things that percolated in Iranian culture, and they moved away from westernization. Whether that is good or bad, you can always talk about it, but the other point was too much orthodoxy was seen there. But hope you understand how nationalization of oil and Islamic revolution is interlinked. Even Mesopotamian had business relation. Very good. Shripunna is such a good girl. She's like a very good girl. Cool. So hope, please people, did you understand how nationalization of oil and Islamic revolution are interconnected? This is important. Most of the people, they don't know it, they just mug it up. Cool. So India Iran partnership, and here see BRICS, we have talked about it multiple number of times. How many total countries are there in BRICS? Now according to Brazilian official website of BRICS, we have also heard the mnemonic IIEEU, Iran, then what is this, Indonesia, Egypt, Ethiopia and UAE, and then there is another country, Saudi Arabia. So there are debates whether there are 10 countries or 11 countries in BRICS now. We have seen the official website, what they are saying. Now, the next part, international north-south transport corridor. So we have talked about the historical aspect of Iran and Indian relationship, as Shipurna was talking about, Mesopotamian civilization and even Sumerian civilization during the period of Harappa, then this Persian Ecumenians, how they shaped Ashokan pillars. So that is the historical relationship between India and Iran. Now, when you talk about economic relationship, political relationship, so economic relationship, we buy a lot of oil from them. We used to buy a lot of oil from them. Now we are buying a lot of oil from Russia. Now, the economic and the strategic part, international north-south transport corridor. We know we don't have a very good relation with Pakistan. So we want to bypass Pakistan when it comes to, going to Central Asia or Europe. Earlier, we had this route. We were going through Red Sea. We'll talk about Red Sea today also. It will come again, Red Sea part. Good morning, Rishi. So Red Sea part, but now we want to do this. We want to follow this particular route. We want to go to Bandar Abbas via sea, and then from Bandar Abbas, Iran via land route to Russia, Central Asia, and they are from Europe. It will save us a time. It will help us bypass Pakistan, which is not a part of INSTC. It will help us, connect Central Asia, be more connected with Central Asia and their resources, although we should not be saying it explicitly. So there are multiple advantages of this INSTC, formalized in 2000s, but it is in limbo right now because of the political crisis which is going on in this particular region. But yes, it will save us a lot of time and it will help us bypass Pakistan. It will help us in means connecting to Central Asia. So these are the main points which you have to keep in mind. And we will see how it can be used in pre-related questions as well. So let's move back and let's talk about some other stuff. So we have talked about INSTC. Iran is a major aspect of it. Palestine. Iran is very sympathetic of Palestine. Many of us are very sympathetic of means Palestine. But then even in India, there are many people who support Israel when it comes to Palestine and the two-state solution. Why? Because Israel has been an all-weather friend of India, just like Russia. During the time of Kargil war, when USA did not allow us to use their GPS, Israel helped us. But again, Palestine is a very critical issue, and many people, even the people who were sympathetic with Israel earlier, they believe that whatever is happening in Palestine is not good. And same thought has been concurred by Iranian ambassador in this particular editorial. Cool. BRICS offer again. Now Iran is a member of BRICS, as we have seen with the mnemonic. Iran, Indonesia, Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE plus Saudi Arabia. So they are saying that we can counter Western economic dominance and we have to come together, India, Iran, and other countries. Cool. Now, so again, you can have a look at this. I'm not reading the points. We are concerned with the means keywords here: nationalization of oil, Iranian revolution, and all. INSTC. So US intervention. Iranian ambassador in this editorial is saying that what US did, so they are looking after oil in West Asia. So they support Israel fuel instability. In South Asia, they support terrorism. Like in Pakistan, hub of terrorism, they talk about Al Qaeda, this and that. But many people say that maybe implicitly they support them. Maybe they don't want us to be stable. So that is what US is. According to Iranian ambassador, you can agree to disagree with him. That's totally your opinion, right? So again, India and Iran can offer a just human. You can have a look at this. Hope you understood the keyword. Iranian ambassador in this editorial is talking about how India and Iran, they will lead the global south. And in this regard, inclusion of Iran in BRICS is a welcome step forward along with INSTC. So let's see how INSTC evolves in future. Let's solve some questions now. So MCQ 1 of the day. Which of the following countries are considered part of Global South? We have talked about what is Global South. Do option elimination. That will help you in getting the correct answer. India, Brazil, Germany, and Nigeria, which are part of Global South. So we know Germany is in Europe, it's Global North. So if you eliminate third option, you're getting the answer, and the answer is A, as stated by Shripurna, Rishi, Mamta, Jivayan, and Anandu. Very good. And Rajneesh. Very good, Rajneesh. MCQ 2. The nationalization of oil in Iran in 1951 was primarily aimed at what? Strengthening relation with West, reducing foreign control over oil resources, promoting US-Iran trade, privatizing domestic oil companies. What was the reason? What we have talked about? What was the major reason for nationalization of oil in Iran? And that led to 1979 Iranian Revolution as well. So what we have discussed, that Iran, like oil in Iran was controlled by a British company, and Iranian government was having very less revenue out of it. So they nationalized oil. They reduced, this monopoly of this British company, which led to throwing away of that particular ruler by MI6. We talk about, Daniel Craig, James Bond. So MI6 overthrew it, and that what happened. And there was a regime which was very sympathetic to West, which was installed in Iran. That led to Iranian Revolution of 1979. So the answer of nationalization of oil is reducing foreign control over oil resources. And it is true for other countries also. Wherever nationalization of oil is happening, more often than not, this will be the reason, reducing foreign control over oil resources. And this was the same reason in Iran as well. Very good. So Rishipurna start means answered this question first, then Mamta tried it, Jiva and Rajneesh, Rishi and Anandu. Hope you understood why B is the answer. Let's move on to the next article of the day, page 8, India China, the need for a border settlement. This is the three-parter. We have talked about, like, three-parter means this is the, like, three articles have been written on India China in Hindu. And we have done the first article on Friday, second article yesterday on Monday, and this is the third article. This is the last article of the day, talking about India China relationship. So what we have talked about earlier, we have talked about India China border relationship is happening because of the map complication. Manchu Empire in China and the British Empire in India, they did not settle these borders, because of which the issues happened. And China captured Askai Chin, which was part of India in 1950s, and then they had a tacit pact, like, you accept Askai Chin as part of China, we'll accept Arunachal as part of India. That did not happen. We wanted to recapture Askai Chin back, which led to 1962 war. And then the talk started about LAC, line of actual control. In the second part of yesterday, we have talked about how LAC was formalized in 1990s, but it is still not accepted by both parties. And there are debates how there are three different parts of LAC: western part, central part, and the eastern part. So central part, Himachal, Uttarakhand, more or less settled. Western part, Ladakh and Askai Chin region, debated, disputed. And eastern part region, that is Arunachal and Sikkim, which is also, it's less debated in the western part. So yeah, and now we have to move on to the next part, the third parter of today. So 1962. Hope, and again, you can revise these two parters, India China first and second, which we have discussed on Hindu analysis of Friday and Monday. Very good. So now in the third parter, they are talking about means Atal Bihari Vajpayee sir, his role, and then they will talk about some more stuff. There is a strategy of China which is known as salami slicing strategy. Salami slicing strategy. Like Pakistan, we talk about Pakistan, bleed India with 1,000 cut. That is the policy of Pakistan. China's policy is this: salami slicing. Anybody has any idea what is salami slicing? We'll have a discussion on this salami slicing soon. So Vajpayee sir went there as the external affairs minister in 1979. He stabilized relationship. He did the same when he was PM. But the situation was somewhat different. In 1998, nuclear test happened. We have just discussed 1990s, early 1990s, LAC was formalized. Although the debates are still going on, but line of actual control, de facto border between India and China was operationalized in early 1990s. This we have discussed yesterday. So now 1990, nuclear test, China did not like it, obviously, and then relationship were revived in 1999. And then there was something very unique. Please understand this. This thing is not going on from 2019 to 2024, when the situation or the tension between India and China has increased. This whole thing, this is the achievement of Vajpayee sir, special representatives mechanism. Brajesh Mishra from India, Dang Diangu, again, pardon me for the pronunciation part. These people, they started meeting, and they were meeting a lot, and that's why from 1999 to 2019 the situations were somewhat stabilized. But from 2019 to 24, the special representative mechanism has been curtailed. That is not happening. So again, here we'll talk about some words. Detente, what is the basic meaning here? There are some terms which are important. And again, I will tell you people again and again, do have a look at the previous two parters also means, although I have given you the summary of that thing. No sir, related to what? No sir, Shipurna. So 2005 political parameters. So salami slicing, I will tell you. So salami slicing, the basic meaning of salami slicing is what? You will see when we will talk about different, Doklam crisis, etc., etc. You will see China follows salami slicing. So what they will do, they will, acquire 5-inch, 10-inch, 5-kilometer area by constructing roads. This construction of road is their main modus operandi. So this is a scenario, and they have done this in South China Sea also. They will occupy a very small portion of region. So when they are occupying very small portion by constructing roads and this and that, so the other partner, they cannot escalate things, because they feel like, oh, only 1 kilometer they are capturing or they are talking about. But via this 1 kilometer, they capture the whole region. This is known as salami slicing strategy, and this is a very, very famous strategy of China, which they keep on doing time and time again. So hope you understood what is salami slicing now. So 2005 political parameters. So here again, we have talked about these 2 points again and again, that China keeps on talking about that India accepts China's control over Sky Chin. In return, China will accept India's claim over Arunachal. But then they have went to and fro, especially over a region in Arunachal which is known as Tawang. They want Tawang because they believe Tawang is a part of southern Tibet. So, Shipurna, did you understand salami slicing? What is the basic meaning of salami slicing? Very good. So now let's focus on what we are discussing right now. What we were discussing, bro. So yes, in 2005, they talked about these ideas again. They wanted to, settle the things after 1998 nuclear crisis and this and that. So here they're talking about India accept China's control and China accepts India's claim over Arunachal. And if you have seen my two-parters, you know this has happened again and again. China keeps on talking about it, and then they have talked about settlement, blah blah blah. Now focus here. They talked about this particular point: settled population interest to be safeguarded. What is the meaning of this particular point? Settled population interest to be safeguarded. The meaning here is China is saying that, let's say in Arunachal, in Tawang, people have already settled. Indian population is already there. So if you do border demarcation, that will impact them. So whenever we are talking about border demarcation, we'll look into this population interest. The people who have already settled, they should not be impacted much. If you want to understand it in a better manner, in Africa, you have different countries, and these Britishers and other European countries, they divide it in such a way that one half of a tribe lives in one country, other half lives in other country. So the settled population interest you have to understand in that regard. So they said this, that settled population interest will be safeguarded. That means Indian population, if they settled in a particular region, we will ensure that we are not invading that region. So it helped India's case in Arunachal because population is already settled in Tawang region. So they felt like China is letting go of Tawang. But then they said something else in 2007, that mere presence of population won't affect China's claim. So China is continuously going to and fro when it comes to their stance on Taiwan. This we have to understand, and you also have to understand what is the basic meaning of population interest. Very good. Now, so we have talked about the special representative mechanism where people, one representative from China, other from India, they used to meet and they used to talk about certain stuff. So these things were going on. You don't have to do PhD here. We have to understand the basic summary of India-China border relationship. That will help you in post-independent India, and that will also help you in when you're talking about GS2 international relation. So GS2 and GS1. So Tawang has been a throne in Arunachal. They are very much focused on Tawang, but all in all, China is somewhat not very hell bent on occupying Arunachal, as they are on having say in Askaichen, because Askaichen is a strategic region connecting Xinjiang region with the Tibet region. Cool. So again, later years, after Vajpayee's the crisis happened. This Chumar incident. Chumar is in southern Ladakh, bordering Himachal Pradesh. Here again, the same thing. They started bordering, constructing road, the salami slicing strategy, which we have discussed. Yes, Jiva. Yes, this is actually very good. So Jivayan is saying that 15 people are watching right now. Why only 5 likes? Do you people hate me? I wake up at 4 a.m. for you people to do this. Why? Why? Like, share, subscribe, kill it. Okay, let's focus. So Chumar incident in southern Ladakh region bordering Himachal, again salami slicing strategy, constructing roads. 2017 Doklam standoff, tri-junction. Doklam is a tri-junction of which three countries? If you know it, post it in the comment section. So Doklam is the tri-junction. Now here the standoff happened. Again, China, salami slicing strategy. They started constructing routes in the Doklam region. The third country had issues because Doklam belonged to them. China means India intervened on behalf of third country because that third country is very dear to us. Do you know what that third country is? Anyone? Japanese. Japanese pass. Tri-junction of India, China, and Bhutan. Bhutan is the third country. Doklam is a part of Bhutan, and since it is at the tri-junction, again China is doing the salami slicing strategy, and we help Bhutan a lot. Many people feel like Bhutan is a protectorate of India. No, it is not. It's not the case like Sikkim. Sikkim was a protectorate of India from 1947 to 75. But Bhutan, we help a lot. So we intervened on behalf of Bhutan in the case of Doklam standoff. In all these scenarios, you are seeing that salami slicing strategy. Very good, Shipurna. Then, because of all these things, in 2018-19, Detente happened. Detente is temporary peace. Detente, temporary peace. So in this scenario, there was a Mamallapuram summit which happened and all those things, and Modi ji was giving Jadoo ki jhappi le le to abhi to Xi Jinping. So detente, peace, and then again the Ladakh clashes. So you can see here the situations have and the condition has or scenario has deteriorated between India and China in recent years. Now, forget about all the stuff, focus on the keywords which we have just discussed. So author of the third part, he is talking about Bhutan. Very good, Shripunna and Jivahan. He's saying that there is a political will which is needed. LAC, which was, which they have formalized to a certain extent in 1990s, it has to be accepted by both. One country cannot say LAC is 3400 kilometer, and other cannot say it is 2000 kilometer. They have to come to a consensus. This unsettled border is benefiting neither of them. And hope you understood the basic rationale behind what we have discussed. Have a look at the previous two parters also, which we have discussed on like Monday and Friday. Cool. Now let's solve some questions. MCQ 3 based on previous article. Which of the following countries are members of INSTC? India, Iran, Russia, Pakistan. Use option elimination. We have discussed what was the basic objective of international north-south transport corridor, and you will get the answer. So Gajanan has given the answer, then Anandu, then Shipurna. So obviously Pakistan will not be the member. The basic purpose of INSTC is to bypass Pakistan, to go via Bandar Abbas and via Iran to Central Asia, because we don't have good relation with Pakistan. To put it in mild terms, so the answer is A, 1, 2, and 3. Very good, as stated by Gajanan, Anandu, Shipurna, Rishi, Rajneesh, Mamta, Jeevan, and others. Very good. You people are so good, just like a wow. Next article, and like next MCQ, MCQ 4. In the context of 2005 India-China boundary agreement, the term settled population refers to what? What we have discussed, what is settled population? Population in areas under Chinese control only, communities already residing in the border areas whose interests should be protected during settlement, population relocated by India after the 62 war, people residing in disputed areas who agree to shift allegiance. We have discussed, and when the settled population talk was going on, India felt like China has let go of the claim of Tawang and Arunachal. So the answer is, as Shripurna, Gajanan, Anandu, Jivayan are saying, B, communities already residing in border areas, interest should be protected during settlement. Very good. And Rishi has also given. Now, MCQ 5, we have talked about China's salami slicing strategy. What is the basic meaning of salami slicing? Rapid large-scale military offensives to occupy enemy territory using economic sanctions to force territorial concessions, diplomatic agreements to jointly manage disputed territories, incremental territorial advances designed to change the status quo gradually without provoking full-scale war. What is salami slicing? So Shipurna, Mamta, Rajneesh, Rishi, they have given the answer. The answer is incremental territorial advances designed to change the status quo. They will just capture 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, they will build road in disputed area. If nobody is telling anything, they will keep on doing that. So this is salami slicing. Oh my God. Cool, sir. So again, if you like this video, share it, subscribe it. I'm dependent on your word of mouth. I don't have money to, do promotion, this and that. You will do the promotion for me, and you can buy these Hindu analysis PDF at 199 per month. And this way, you will be helping me continue this particular initiative. And you can also, if you have any doubts, IPA, CIO, EPFO, UPSC, CSE is the main objective, but other exams also. You can know more about me via my LinkedIn channel. I've given NABARD grade A interview as well. So I know, I'm not saying I am polymath, I know everything, but I love to study. I love to do that. So again, you have any doubts related to anything, you can see here, test series, PYQs, editorial, CSAT. I had good marks in, you can see my mark sheets of UPSC pre. So anything under the sun, collect all your doubts, send me at 9650303257. We will schedule a Zoom session or Google Meet based on both of our convenience. But as I've told you, at least create doubts of at least 1 hour or more, because this is chargeable, because your and my time is like both are precious, right? So it's 500 per hour, and you can This happened with me earlier also. When I used to prepare, I did not have anyone who could answer my queries when I needed them. Sometimes I don't need mentorship all the time. Sometimes I just need guided assistance. I have some queries, collect them, and you can always take those doubt session, or you can be a part of mentorship program. In this, there are unlimited doubt session. So let's say you have taken 10 doubt sessions from me in 1 year, so that will be 5,000. But when you are taking mentorship at 4,999, you can take unlimited doubt sessions. You don't have to pay monthly for Hindu analysis PDF. So you can do that. It's totally up to you, man. Whatever you feel like. But yes, I'm there for you. And as I've told earlier, this is all like if you have taken 10 doubt session or something like that. So then the mentorship is all free for you. All Hindu analysis PDF, all subsequent doubt sessions are free because there's no time limit to it. And in one line, what is mentorship? I'm all yours. You can message me, you can call me, ideally message me, and then we'll fix a time for call, and then we can have a talk. Switching thing, I've also told you, if you're a part of Hindu analysis PDF, even doubt session, let's say you have taken 2 hours doubt session, you have paid 1,000 for it, then you can pay remaining 3,999 and you can be a part of mentorship. You can avail unlimited doubt sessions. You can avail unlimited Hindu analysis PDF. That's how you will switch. For switching also, for Hindu analysis also, same thing. If you have taken subscription for 2 months or 3 months, pay the remaining amount. Like let's say you have given 600 for Hindu analysis, pay the remaining 4,399 and you'll become part of mentorship. You don't have to pay for Hindu analysis ever. Hope you understood. Again, you can also donate. Let's move on to the next part of the day. And oh, where were we? So the third article of the day, which is there on page number 1, and this is again an important article, accept Aadhaar as identity proof, Supreme Court orders poll panel. So we know what is going on in Bihar, systemic, intensive revision. So many people have been, they're not in the voter roll, and many people are like, just give me a second. Am I audible and visible, guys? So yes, so many people were like, EC and Rahul Gandhi sir, he has raised some questions related to the efficiency or the transparency of Election Commission of India. We will talk about these things in detail later on. Right now, Supreme Court has order, and here in this whole systemic intensive revision or special intensive revision rather, the Election Commission of India was like, we will not accept Aadhaar because UPSC has already asked PYQs on Aadhaar, and there we have talked, like if you will see that particular question, Aadhaar is a proof of your residentship, where you're living. It's a proof of your identity, who are you, based on your iris scan, etc. But it's not a proof of citizenship. Do remember, your proof of citizenship is your birth certificate. Your proof of citizenship is your passport. So they were looking for passport and all other, they were other documents also. So now Supreme Court has said that, bro, why are you accepting other documents but you're not accepting Aadhaar? So they're like, accept Aadhaar as identity proof, and your justification is not valid, Government of India or Election Commission of India. You are saying, we'll see what was the argument given by the person who was standing for Election Commission of India, and what was he saying. Cool. Supreme Court directive, Supreme Court ordered Election Commission to include Aadhaar as 12th indicative document for inclusion and exclusion of names. And the basic argument was Aadhaar is not a proof of citizenship. Supreme Court is saying you are using other documents also. Apart from passport and birth certificate, nothing is a proof of citizenship. Passport and birth certificate, that is the proof of your citizenship, right? Mostly passport. Then why are you using other documents? If you're using other documents, use Aadhaar also. At least it will prove the identity. Who is this guy? What is his resident, right? So use this as 12th indicative document. So Aadhaar is to be used only as proof of identity, residence, not as a proof of citizenship. Cool. So EC officials must verify. Again, you can have a look at this. Now, this is the important point. Have a look at this point. What Supreme Court is saying. Apart from passport and birth certificate, none of the existing 11 documents are conclusive proof of citizenship either. But you are using other documents, Why not Aadhaar then? And it's so sad, man. When there was a time when people were forced to go through Aadhaar, you have to do this and that, and now nobody is accepting Aadhaar. So again, this is the timeline. Supreme Court has repeatedly urged EC to accept Aadhaar for the special intensive revision. Court directed Aadhaar to be used. You can see the timeline. Supreme Court is constantly telling Aadhaar can be added as a document. We are not talking about citizenship. At least we'll know about the identity or residence part, and that would suffice when it comes to that person. If he's a resident of Bihar and if he has other identities also, maybe he should not be a part of, or he should not be excluded from the voter roll. So now, see the Election Commission stand. This is an important point. You have to, like in mains, they can ask you why Aadhaar was not accepted by EC earlier. There you have to talk about this. So senior advocate Rakesh Dwivedi sir is saying that Aadhaar cannot be treated like a passport. And the counter argument we have seen from Supreme Court, that passport and birth certificate aside, nothing is a proof of citizenship. And he said that, and now he's saying that we have, even though we are not accepting Aadhaar, or we were not accepting Aadhaar earlier, lack of Aadhaar acceptance did not deter people. The people who were excluded from the voter roll, 99% submitted claims based on other documents. So it's not like if you're not accepting Aadhaar, they are not submitting claims. They're still submitting claims. And they're also saying that no political parties reported errors. But we know what is the reality and how other political parties are crying foul. So Justice Surikant is saying that Aadhaar is like any other official ID, ration card, but not proof of citizenship. And we have seen how passport and birth certificate are different from Aadhaar. They are proof of citizenship. Okay, sir. So Supreme Court asked EC to publicize the order, and EC is not very sympathetic or enthusiastic about Aadhaar. There is other reason also. If you have seen my previous Hindu analysis, we have seen the case of Assam. In Assam, there are certain districts, oh my God, where there are 100 people and there are 150 Aadhaar. So even I don't know how, but some people have multiple Aadhaars, or there are, maybe there are some people who are from Bangladesh, they have got their Aadhaar. So that's why, and there are cases of Aadhaar duplication and all those stuff. I don't know how that happened, but that has happened. So that's why maybe EC is not very sympathetic. Please understand, Aadhaar is not a proof of citizenship. Please understand, when people die, if let's say I die, my Aadhaar has to be deleted. My number has to be, removed from the Aadhaar, wherever that data is stored. So all these things, it can be removed, it can be deleted. Okay, sir. So now, but Supreme Court is very, very, they are pressing on the Aadhaar thing. Cool, sir. Let's move on. So this is the situation in Bihar. 65 lakh voters out of 7.89 crore. Political parties are saying that this is a way of, again, we are not going into that political arena. Hope you understood the basic rationale. Again, if we come back, what is Aadhaar? 12-digit unique identification number. Rishi Pandey, what is your Aadhaar number? Now, I have asked Rishi for his Aadhaar number. If he tells me, then this is a stupidity, because Aadhaar is very unique, because your iris is unique, your fingerprint is unique. No two people will have the same fingerprint, will have the same iris. So that's why it's unique, and that's why it's very sensitive also. If Rishi's iris scan or fingerprints get, revealed, it will impact him so much. Cool. So legal basis, it's just, it has statutory backing. There is an act which has been created, Aadhaar, Targeted Delivery of Financial and Other Subsidies, Benefits and Services Act. So Aadhaar is generally used to check for the schemes. If you are, if you want to access certain scheme, your Aadhaar will be seen. But it's not. So 2017 Doklam standoff we have just discussed. Oh, okay, still buffering? It's fine now. Okay, video is buffering. Hopefully the issue would have been sorted now. So 2017 Doklam standoff primarily involved which three countries? The answer is very good. India, China, and Bhutan. Very nice. Just like a wow. MCQ. Oh, this is PYQ 7. Cool, 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 Jivayan. Consider the following statement. Aadhaar can be used as proof of citizenship once issued. Aadhaar number cannot be deactivated or in means omitted by the issuing authority. There were other cases also, if I remember. Let's say there are 130 crore population and you have 150 crore Aadhaar. How? So there are issues with Aadhaar. Very good, Rajneesh. So who has given the answer? Shipurna, Anandu, Jiva, and Mamta, they have given the answer for PYQ 7. Aadhaar cannot be used as proof of citizenship. So first is wrong. You're left with B and D. Once issued, Aadhaar number cannot be deactivated. We have just discussed. If you die, they have to remove that Aadhaar number. So it can be deactivated, it can be omitted. So the answer is D, neither one nor two. None of the statements are correct, as stated by Shripunna, Anandu, and so many other people. Okay, next article of the day, page number 13, Red Sea cable takes a toll on Indian networks to Europe. We'll talk about this article, but before that, let's have a look at Red Sea and let's try to understand it from exam perspective. So this is the Red Sea and they are bordering 6 countries. There is dispute on one particular country. How you will remember those 6 countries? This is one mnemonic. I have also made one video on it earlier and you can have a look at that particular video. So Y seeds, this will help you. This particular mnemonic will help you in remembering countries bordering Red Sea. So Y will be what? This Y. This Y thing is Yemen, where Chandler used to live. 15 Yemen Road, Yemen. So it means Yemen. S is Saudi Arabia. Then you have E, Egypt. Then there is another E, which is you have Egypt. Then you have Eritrea. You can have a look at this. Then you have D, which is Djibouti. And then you have other S. What is this S stands for? Sudan. So Y seed will help you in remembering the the countries which are bordering Red Sea, right? Y seeds. Now there is a debate over Djibouti. Some people believe Djibouti is not bordering Red Sea. Some people believe Djibouti is bordering Red Sea. So if you eliminate that, then it will be Y seas. Y seeing something cool. So Y seeds, Y sees. Do remember it. This will help you in remembering the countries. Let's see 6 countries or 5 countries based on whether Djibouti is bordering Red Sea or not. Cool. Have a look at Red Sea. Have a look at there'll be a strait here which will be connecting Red Sea with Gulf of Aden. What is that state known as? If you know it, post it in the comment section. So you have to have a look at this particular map. Very, very important from different exam perspective. Cool. Rajneesh has also given the answer. So yes, sir. So what is your opinion on this whole fact? Whether Djibouti is a part of, like, is bordering Red Sea or not? Again, there are different opinions. What's your opinion? Feel free to post it in the comment section. So now let's talk about this issue. So what is happening? You know, this Red Sea is very strategic in nature. So from India, there are, underwater cables which goes from Red Sea to Europe. And via these underwater cables, the internet connectivity is established between India and Europe. So if these underwater cables are impacted, the internet connectivity will be impacted between India and Europe. And if you're doing long distance calls with, let's say, your distant relative in Europe or in North America, etc., so that will have latency. Hope you're understanding the keywords which are involved here. Very good. GYN is such a good girl, just like a wow, Babel Mandap straight. So now latency is what? How much time you are taking for data to transfer. Let's say I sent a data from India to Europe. So it will go from India to Europe and then it will come back. So the amount of time taken is latency. So latency will increase and the time taken will be larger if these underwater cables are impacted. That's what has actually happened. And also understand, if I ask you one particular question, latency will be more for, latency is the time taken. So latency will be more for domestic calls or it will be more for international calls. What is your view on this? The latency part. Chapati is fast. So now let's have a look at this article. So Red Sea cable cuts take a toll on Indian networks to Europe. We have just discussed how this whole thing happens. There is underwater cables which establish connectivity, internet connectivity between India, Europe and other countries. And there has been some cables which has been damaged, which led to increased latency. So data, which is, see this, we have just discussed what is the basic meaning of latency. A data packet takes for a round trip. A is the data, goes from India to Europe and vice versa. So it is under 1 second worldwide, but international connection, so noticeable differences. So as Jivayan is saying, when you talk about latency, the amount of time taken for data to go from source to destination and come back, that will be more for international calls, obviously. And if these cables are damaged, that will bring or increase the latency more. So they are critical to global internet infrastructure carrying the majority of international data traffic. So let's say for most of us, whose most of the relatives are in India, it will not impact you much. But for people like from Punjabi people and all, whose relatives are in Canada and all, or in Europe, so they will be impacted. Their calls will be impacted. So hope you're understanding. Very good, Shipurna and Jivayan. You people are so good. Oh my God. So impact on India-Europe traffic. Latency between Mumbai and Europe rose from about 110, 150 millisecond to 190, 300 millisecond because of the damage of these underwater cables. No major wide disruptions. And again, you can have a look at this. We are not reading who were impacted, blah, blah, blah. But but this is happening for the second time. Earlier, Houthi rebels, UPSC has already asked PYQs on it. Houthi rebels, which particular region we are talking about? Houthi are active in which particular country? UPSC, and solve that UPSC PYQ where they have talked about Houthi, where they have talked about Madheshis. UPSC has talked about Madheshis and they have told you to match the following or which of the following are correctly matched. Houthi, which particular country? Chipandis. Chipandis means tell me, oh my god. So now let's solve some MCQs. MCQ 8 of the day based on the previous article. Very good. Yaman, where Chandler was living, 16 Yaman Road. Yaman. Yaman. So MCQ 8, with reference to Supreme Court recent orders on Bihar electoral rules, consider the following statement. Use option elimination. So Sripurna. Purna. Sripurna, Mamta, Anandu, Rishi. Oh my god. See, you people are so herd mentality. I keep on talking about herd mentality. People are like, sir, don't say that. We feel bad. You should feel bad. UPSC is one of the toughest exams in the world. You will not crack it if I keep on sugarcoating stuff. Can Aadhaar be used as a proof of Indian citizenship? Are you people on ganja or something? नशे करेंगे नशे से चढ़ गई ओए so नशे से चढ़ गई means I'm addicted to nasha. Oh my god, have you people done nasha? Aadhaar can be used as proof of Indian citizenship. So if you eliminate second, the answer is B, 1 and 3 only. Only one person. Gajanan, Jivayan before that, Rajneesh after that. What were you high on, you people? So B1 and 3, I told you do option elimination. Even if you don't know these things, electoral officer required or not required, we know for sure second is wrong, bro. So the answer is B1 and 3. Aadhaar is not proof of citizenship. Don't take ganja. Don't take charas. Go to Kasol. Everything is free there. Oh my god, not free. Okay, so let's focus. MCQ 9. Consider the following statement about latency in internet networks. What is latency? We have talked about Red Sea, Y seeds, Y seas. Am I high or what? So latency measures the time taken for a data packet to travel from source to destination and back. So we know this is correct, right? This is the basic definition of latency. So first has to be there. Latency, lower latency improves the quality of real-time application like video calls and online gaming. Lower latency means lower time taken for data to travel from source to destination and back. Obviously, second is also cool. So it's now you're left with C1 and 2 and D. Latency is generally higher for domestic call. Latency is generally lower for domestic traffic, man. The time taken for data packet to travel from source to destination back will be lower for lesser distances, higher for more if you're covering more distance. So third is wrong, and the answer is C, as stated by Shripurna, Gajanan, Anandu. Gajanan also tried it, and Rishi. Sir, why in Kasol so much gun? Hey, let's not go there. Let's move on to the next article of the day, page number 4. CM Sukhu. Sukhu. I like this name. Like my domestic pet name is Pikku. So Sukhu reminds me of my pet name. Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu sir of Himachal Pradesh, he said that Himachal has become a fully literate state. According to some sources, this is the fourth state of our country which has become fully literate. Now your homework is find out the other three states, previous three states which has become fully literate. Is Mizoram part of it? Is Goa part of it? Is Tripura part of it? Or what are the other states which are part of it? So you have to find out. That is actually important. So fully literate state it has become, and you have to remember they can ask you this particular question, which state has not UPSC but other exam. Education is there in GS mains paper 2. When you're talking about education, it is there in GS mains paper 2. So there you can talk about all these things, how different states have become literate now, and in that regard, this news is a welcome news. Cool. Challenges, blah blah blah. Have a look at this. Suku sir is talking about how awesome this whole thing is, and we agree with him. Let's solve some questions now. Again, it's a factual one-liner. MCQ 10. Which of the following countries directly border the Red Sea? Yes, it is. It's a big issue. So, which of the following countries directly border Red Sea? Egypt, Israel, Eritrea, Yemen, Saudi Arabia. Use option elimination. Use the mnemonic thing which I told you. Anandu has given the answer. Okay. So, Anandu and Mamta. We know for sure Israel is not bordering Red Sea, right? And have a look at the map, have a look at the countries. Egypt is there, Eritrea is there, Yemen is there, Saudi Arabia. Let's say if we eliminate, we know second is not there. So now you're left with D and A, right? 1345, 135. And what is fourth? Yemen, we have seen. Yemen is bordering Red Sea. So the answer is A, as stated by Anandu, Mamta, Rishi, Gajanan, Jivayan, and Rajneesh. Very good. A is the answer. MCQ 11, International Literacy Day. Okay, let me tell you something. Let's go back. We just saw that one liner of Himachal and we moved away. This announcement, this whole thing that Himachal has become a fully literate state has been made by Sukhu sir on International Literacy Day, which was yesterday. Today is 9th September, so International Literacy Day was there on 8th September, one day back. Cool. So again, you can solve that. That's a one-liner. Again, UPSC will not ask you, but other exams can ask you. But MCQ 10, bordering Red Sea, this is a homework for you. We will discuss this tomorrow. What discuss this tomorrow? We have already discussed it. What is MCQ 12? 8th September. Very good. What is the meaning of detente in international relationship? Cool. So GY and Mamta, all of you have given the answer. Awesome. 11 we'll discuss tomorrow. Let's have a look at the 12th question. Again, think about the answer of this particular question. We'll discuss it tomorrow, MCQ 11 and 12, although MCQ 11 we have already discussed. Again, if you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe it. You people are my word of mouth, and yeah, you mouth rather, and you will spread the word. You can also post your score howsoever you have got. You can buy these PDF at 199 per month, thereby ensuring that this Hindu analysis PDF continues and it does not stop. Also, you can be a part of my doubt sessions, and you can, if you want, collect the doubts and tell me, and we'll have a doubt session. But it is chargeable 500 per hour, because I have left my job. I'm dependent on all these initiatives only. You can also be a part of my mentorship program. In mentorship, you don't have to pay for doubt sessions or Hindu analysis PDF. Everything is included for one-time payment of 4,999. There is no time limit. I'll be your mentor till the time you crack UPSC CSE, or till the time you want me. You're like, sir, enough of the mentorship, we are done now. Then I'll be done. So yeah, there is no time limit, 1 or 2 years. Move thing we have just discussed. 4,999, everything will become free after a certain point. All your doubt sessions, all Hindu analysis PDF. So you can go for mentorship. In the longer run, it will help you, because UPSC preparation is not a 3-month journey or a 4-month journey. Sometimes you will need a mentor for a longer period. I'm all yours when you are part of this mentorship program. You can tease me anytime, but don't tease me anytime. And you can also switch from Hindu analysis PDF, or if you have taken any doubt session, to mentorship by paying the remaining amount, as we have discussed previously in the mid part of this lecture. Thikashi sir, you can also donate. So that's it from me, sir and ma'am. And thank you, Shipurna. Thank you, Rishi. Thank you, everyone. Why are you saying the answer of MCQ? I will see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Spread the word. We'll meet at 7:30 a.m. and inshallah, one day we'll meet at 7 a.m. Let's see when that day comes. Bye bye.